Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. This is a really happy occasion for all of us as we honor the legacy of a resident of the neighborhood that surrounds us in the city of Los Angeles. Raymond Fouquet lived just a few blocks from here, right where we're standing, just a few blocks over this way. This morning I had him living on that side of Westwood, so I don't know just a few doors to the south, over here, where California Chicken Cafe now stands, is where Raymond and Marie started their wonderful restaurant, the lovely French restaurant, Grange, named after the street that we're standing in front of. The success of the restaurant led Ray and Marie to help other aspiring restaurateurs all up and down Westwood Boulevard open their restaurants. And he became something of a neighborhood fixture. And he loved what he was doing. Ray's great love, beyond his wife and his children, Rafi and Zizi are both here with us, and they're going to say something when we're finished here. He was a racer in his native France, and he brought that love of the sport of bicycling to Westwood. But about 50 years ago, he and a bunch of his friends would gather in the early mornings at the restaurant and go on rides, challenging themselves on rides around the Westwood area. They soon created the classic ride that we now know today as the Nichols Ride. The ride became so popular, and has become so popular, over all these years. Virtually every Sunday, the ride takes place with 50, 100, 150, and on Ray's memorial, those of you who are here know that there were more than 400 riders who rode that day. Every day, starting from this spot, they would go up to Nichols, they would climb Nichols across Mulholland, and finish back here at the restaurant where they would do what they did. They would drink, they would have fun, they would tell stories, they'd compete with each other. But that small group began to grow, and Raymond created the great cycling club we know today as Velo Club Grange Westwood. The club's now nearly 500 strong. But none of this would have happened. None of what we're doing right now would have happened if it wasn't for the vision of one member of Grange. He's standing here beside me, Jonathan Weiss. John, to those who know him, is an acknowledged historian of old Los Angeles and new Los Angeles, as he works tirelessly as an activist on cycling issues and other issues. Jonathan had a vision that this was the right place to memorialize Raymond once and for all, to create what we've been able to create now. It took him 13 long months with the help of a lot of people, but he worked tirelessly to convince the neighborhood residents, which, believe me, when you talk about NIMBYs, is no mean trick. And we got help from the city. He approached the council office headed by Paul Koretz, the 5th District Councilman, and some of his staff is here with us right now. They all dedicated themselves to making this project happen. The council office did just a tremendous job of helping to shepherd this through the city council and all of the myriad problems that entails, including all of the committees that had to be voted through. And finally, it received a unanimous vote about a month and a half ago on the floor of the city council. And today, we can finally stand here and we can say at the corner of Westwood and Grange, it will forever be known as Raymond Fouquet Square. I'd like to say a couple of words, and we're going to hear from a couple of other people.
So Jay said I love history. I do. We're in Westwood Hills. The church is like the only thing named after Westwood Hills right now. And I learned about the restaurant. I came too late to know about the restaurant. But I went to a picnic. Raymond was there. I said, I got to meet this guy. So I met him. I got to go to one of his birthday parties. But I knew people who knew him and loved and respected him and carried forward what he's done, and I wanted to carry it forward and memorialize him. But it wasn't without the help of the club and the friendship I've built through the club and what he's kept going. So people like Duncan, who's here, and Marco, who's here, I hope they can come up and share some thoughts about the great man they knew. So thank you, everyone, for making this happen.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you very much for coming. It's clear enough kind words couldn't be spoken of Mr. Raymond Fouquet. And I have a gift actually for the family members who are present today. Would you please come up?
Here, guys.
I have two gift signs.
My father took simple pleasure in all the good things that life can bring. He loved good food and wine, spending time with family and friends, but most importantly, he loved bicycles and sharing that love with others. I will forever be grateful for all the love and care that you all have shown my father. I would like to thank the Los Angeles City Council and the Velo Club La Grange for making all of this possible. Thank you very much.
I grew up with the restaurant. I was a small child and running around in the restaurant between, we're 2 blocks away. And I believe my father took a little piece of Westwood Boulevard that was really nothing. And Westwood Village was very developed and happening, and down Westwood and Pico was very developed and happening, and there was nothing going on around here. And he developed La Grange and made it a very fine dining area and made people want to come to this area, this part of Westwood Boulevard. And I thank you all so much for all this love and support still for our father.
This is an incredible moment. I look around and first of all I see a lot of friends and new friends, old friends, and Raymond Fouquet was really a big part of everybody's life here. And I can tell you when I go to places like France, it is amazing that you'll see you can stop. You'd be stopped on the street, and you can see a Velo Club La Grange jersey.
Wow.
They're all over the place. I mean, you can meet people all over the world, and that's the part of the community that he created. And I'm so proud of this guy and proud of this moment. And thank you very much for Jonathan Weiss and the La Grange Club and the city for really honoring this man, who's an incredible man. He literally didn't, in my opinion, he was a very humble man, very soft-spoken. He had a great smile. He moved mountains by being a generous, friendly, unbelievable person. We're so happy today. We're so happy today to have this honor. So thank you. Thank you everybody for being here, and I'm very excited. Thank you.
The turnout this morning, I think, said everything about the kind of club this is, the kind of ride this has become. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, and we didn't have this many people back in the day. And to see just people come in and find something about the ride and the club that really appeals to them, and they want to be part of this cycling community, I think is amazing. Knowing Ramon, when he was still coming out on his bike, he wouldn't do the full ride because he was in his 80s then, but he would show up on his bike, he'd greet everybody, and you're like, wow, this guy's in his 80s. I want to be like that when I'm his age. Yeah. Just happy and jovial, and I think that's what made the ride so big in the early days. It was all Ramon, his personality, and the guy he was. So to see the club thrive like this today it's everything. So anyway, thanks all for coming.
Those of you who don't know, we have this Nichols kit. We created a special cycling kit to honor the ride. The ride has been going on for over 45 years from this exact spot here. So it's definitely a West LA institution. It's a ride that is cultivated by La Grange, but I don't even like to think of it as purely a La Grange ride because it's open to all riders, whether you're in a bicycle club or not. And it's really a time where every Sunday morning, lots of us come together, near and far, get together, ride our bikes together, and then tell tall tales about it afterwards. So, it's beautiful. It continues. The ride happens every Sunday right from this spot. It's a great time. It's something that I think a lot of us look forward to all during our week. And so I just want to thank Ramon and his family for starting the ride, starting the club, and bringing us all together. Thank you.